Speaking of double-digit wins, we have the Minnesota Vikings playing against the Chicago Bears. I'll go first since I am wearing this Chicago shirt right now. I'm not picking the Bears. You thought I was going to pick the Bears just because I'm wearing a top that says Chicago. Give me the Vikings. Last week, I said Sam Darnold was not good. He dropped 5 touchdowns on my head after saying that. Let me do the intro again, bro. We need to think of a proper intro for this, because every week it's just going to be me saying, let me think of an intro. Or let's use that as the intro because I can't think of anything else. I'm sick. I don't have the energy for this. I apologize if I'm low energy today, people, man. I'm going to have to let the boys cook as co-hosts. Let them yap for a bit. Let's do the intros first. To my right, we have the boy Key. Down below, we have the boy Q. Quick intros there. Let's just get into the episode, man. I'm not well, boys. I'm going to try and make this a quick one today. It's probably going to be the longest episode that we've done so far, though. So, week 14 was ridiculous. Just one normal week of NFL football. That's all I asked for, and I don't think I'm ever going to get it. I went 7-6 on the picks from last week. How did you guys do? Key, you want to go first, or Q?
Let me just make sure. I went 11-2, so you guys have more.
Hold that thought.
I mean, Q. Unprofessional.
I'm sorry. I thought I had a delivery, lad. It was a fucking Christmas card. Alright, run that back. Sorry, Key, bro. What was your record for last week, Key?
Trying to do a show here, man.
I know, I apologise. Neighbours giving out Christmas cards, bro. I just want to read that shit, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I went 11-2, so I only have 2 teams' feet to kiss.
Very respectable.
I went 7-6 as well, so you shit on us this week, man.
Yeah, it was probably the first week since we've been doing these picks as well, where I feel like we all had different opinions on the games. Obviously, evident by the picks. I mean, Q, me and you got the same record, but I think it was completely different teams that gave us those losses. Key, do you want to start with your respects since you've got the least to do? You just give us the 2 teams that you've got to pay respects to. As always, by the way, with these NFL picks, we pay respects to the teams from last week that we picked against, and then we'll get into the week 15 picks, which is going to be a long one because there's 16 games this week. Everyone's back from the buys. Let's go. It's going to be a good week of football. But Key, who did you pick against last week that you need to pay your respects to?
So, I actually picked against the Jags because I thought Trevor Lawrence is dead. It's over. I thought the Titans would win. Titans got beat. I'll happily say, you know what, Jags. It's a respectful performance, and winning without your starting QB, I respect it. I really do. But I will not be kissing no Seahawks feet because I took the Cardinals and they lost. And I'm proud of that. I'm never going to take the Seahawks, ever. But yeah. And also, can I just say, last week, everybody laughed at me when I said that the Rams are going to beat the Bills. We all laughed, but you know what? It happened, and I'm here. I'm winning. I'm finally in the double digits.
That was a good pick, to be fair, picking the Rams. I don't know whether that was a calculated football pick or whether that was just because you were jealous of Josh Allen getting engaged to Haley Steinfeld. But regardless, it's a good pick. Q, I think me and you both picked the Bills, didn't we, for that one? We'll probably start with that game. Bro, I love Josh Allen. He went out there and balled out like he always does, but that boy Puka Nacua, bro, he's a bad man. He is a bad boy, bro. Some of those catches he was making, little toe taps on the sidelines, bro, it's incredible. He had a touchdown or 2, maybe. Cooper Kupp got a touchdown. You know that's my guy too, Cooper Kupp, bro. I've been a fan of him for a while. And I've just got to put respect on the Rams. I think I said, what's the QB again? Matt Stafford. I think I called him Matthew, and I was like, Matthew is not a good quarterback. I think I said he's not elite. He went out there for like 5 touchdowns or something. That might have been someone else. It was Sam Darnold who did that, but it doesn't matter. Q, anything to say on this one, bro?
I was watching the highlights, trying to see where it went wrong for the Bills, and outside of a block punt, it just was more of a better put together game by the Rams. I mean, Josh Allen did his best Burrow impression by putting up MVP numbers in a loss, but can't win them all.
Yeah, that is true.
72 Dolphins.
Yeah, man. So, before we pay respects, I want to say, like, we're going to have a few more segments added to the picks videos. Now, at the end of this episode, I want to talk a little bit about MVP. Like, just give a little top 3 candidates. We'll obviously talk more about it once the regular season's fully over. Give our thoughts on who should win it. But at the end of today's episode, I want to give like a little, just go around the boys, get a little top 3. Also, we're introducing a new segment called Pick 6, which we'll get more into very soon. But let's go through first the picks from last week. Q, if you don't mind, I will start. I am so sick, bro. Let me speed run this. I picked the Browns to beat the Steelers away from home. Don't know why I did that. I bought in on the Jameis Winston hype. I thought he'd go out there and eat a W. But yeah, bro, he just can't stop throwing interceptions. Shout out to the Steelers. I picked the Titans to beat the Jaguars. No words. Will Levis, get the fuck out of here, bro. The Titans, bro, one of the best defenses in the league. I thought Tony Pollard would go out there and ball out. He actually scored a touchdown, which got ruled out, which is very disappointing for me. But getting beat 10-6 by the fucking Jaguars, bro. Ah, lads, that's just what an embarrassing organization. Next up, I picked the Cardinals to beat the Seahawks. I thought that game could go either way, 50-50. I found out the stats that apparently the Cardinals haven't beat the Seahawks in like the last 6 or 7 games that they've played. Bums. Let's move on. I picked the Bills to beat the Rams. Fair play to the Rams. I picked the Bears to beat the 49ers. I thought this is a chance for Caleb Williams to go and show why he's Rookie of the Year. The 49ers are banged up, and I'm wearing a Chicago shirt today as well. But all I've got to say, bro, Chicago bums. 38 points from an injured 49ers. I also did pick against his team over there just for the sake of sports rivalry, but the Bears got embarrassed by the 49ers, so shout out to them. Final respects I've got to pay, which I'm not really paying respects. I picked the Cowboys to beat the Bengals. Now, if Dak was in, Cowboys easily beat the Bengals. It finished 27-20. It was a blocked punt, which was just a weird game. It's just, NFL football is just weird. There's so many weird things that happen every week. Cooper Rush was out there looking like he needs to be Cooper rushed into the hospital because he's got a brain injury because he's never played football before, bro. He was throwing that like he'd never threw a ball before. He sold my parlay on 4 pass completions, bro. I needed 4 more completions. And he threw like 17 open passes, underthrow and hitting the floor before it makes the receiver. I don't understand what he was doing, bro. And I'm not even paying respect to the Bengals, though. Yeah, Jamar Chase cooked for 100 yards and a touchdown. But, bro, their defense is terrible. Oh, my day. 2 touchdowns, whatever. I had them on the bet for 1 and 70 yards. So that's why I say that. But, bro, 5-8 on the season. I know the Cowboys are 5-8 now as well. But Bengals, sorry-ass team. The defense doesn't even exist. And the Cowboys should have beat them on any other day. But that's me done, bro. I said I wasn't going to yap for too long and I've took center stage. Didn't even make myself big screen while I've been yapping. Q, let's throw it over to you, bro, because if I stay on that Cowboys game for too much longer, my head might explode.
Yeah, I dug myself a pretty big hole early this week, picking Packers over the Lions. They kept it close and it was going back and forth, but ultimately it came up to whoever was going to get the ball last, and just so happened to be the Lions. Jaguars, can't believe they got the win. It's a good win to, kind of rally behind their fallen brother, but still don't really know what the season's going to lead to, if anything. Picked against the Vikings, praying on their downfall, never works out for me. Same thing with the Seahawks, praying on their downfall, never works out for me. And did the same thing. I thought Josh Allen would go off, especially after the last week he had. And he did go off, but still wasn't enough against the Rams. And, you can't spell embarrassing without Bears. It was a shit show in that one. I think first half, it was like Niners had 314 yards or some crazy number like that, and the Bears had 4. The one time I ask you to do something for me, Chicago, never again.
Yeah, I completely forgot actually about that Lions and Packers game because that was right at the start of the week. What a game that was. Looking back at the scores, it was actually a great week of football. Like, taking away parlay losses, which removes the fun from football. Just looking at some of these games, Packers and Lions was great. The Panthers nearly drove the Eagles to a loss or even overtime, bro. Xavier Legette dropped the ball right on the like, I think it was in the end zone. He like, it hit the floor before he caught it. Don't know if you saw that, but that could have changed the whole game there. Jets and Dolphins had a slugfest that went to overtime. Obviously, well, I was going to highlight the Titans game, but I'm not highlighting the game. I had 16 points in it. What else, bro? What else was a good game? Obviously, the Bills and the Rams, probably game of the week. Chiefs nearly lost again. I don't know what they've got going on underneath that stadium, bro. What sort of rituals they be doing, who they be praying to, who they be sending money to. I don't know, but they are 12-1 when they realistically should be like 10-5, bro. That doesn't even make sense for the record. That doesn't even make sense because they've only played 13 games. But still,
they should have like 7 wins max. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so that was week 14. Before we move on into week 15's picks, like I say, there's a new segment I want to do called Pick 6, which is right now, the first week we did it was for touchdown scorers. So basically we are picking 6 players who we think will score a touchdown. Different weeks, it might be different things. You know, it might be pick 6 quarterbacks we think are going to throw for a touchdown or 2. Pick 6 quarterbacks who we think are going to throw for 200 yards. You know, pick 6 running backs who we think are going to go for yards or touchdowns or receivers. You get the gist. It's just picking 6 players based on a certain theme. First week was touchdown scorers. Now, Q wasn't even supposed to be here today, not in a bad way. He just had exams, but he's put them to the side to join the boys. But he didn't pick 6, but me and Key do have our 6. Key, I think you stunk this segment up, so I'll let you start, bro, if you don't mind. You want to run through your 6 and let us know who scored and who didn't?
Yeah, so I thought, I'm not going to go with the obvious, like, you know, your Travis Kelce, I don't know, Bijan. Like, I didn't want to go too obvious, because I also put a bet on it, so I wanted good odds. So,
gamble responsibly, by the way, kids. We don't encourage gambling.
We don't promote gambling. We just do it.
But Cooper Rush, you've got blood on your hands, mate. Anyway.
Yeah, so I put...
He was actually throwing like he had blood on his hands because the way that ball was slipping out of his fingers. Sorry, and Kate, I'm sorry, back to you, bro.
In the Falcons Vikings game, I put Drake London. Didn't happen. The Seahawks Cardinals, I put Marvin Harrison Jr. Also didn't happen. Bears Niners, George Kittle. I was between George Kittle and Garendo. Garendo ended up scoring 2. George didn't get 1. Great. And then Raiders, Bucks, K. Dotton didn't score. I also went with Amari Cooper, didn't score. But I did put the boy, Puka Nacua, on. He scored. Means nothing. Bet lost. Game over. 1-5.
1-5 and you pick 6. So a good start for Key there. Now, I picked 6 games. I accidentally picked 6 touchdown scorers because like Key, I put a parlay on. And when you pick touchdown scorers in the same game, it counts as 1 leg. So I accidentally picked 7. So I'm going to go through my 7. The first 2 I picked was from the last game of the week. I actually picked Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown. Both of them scored in the Cowboys and Bengals game. That was like my banker of the week. I was like, these 2 definitely going to score. I expected a slugfest in that game. Kind of got it. Second touchdown scorer I took was James Conner in the Cardinals-Seahawks game. He scored. So there's 3 for 3 so far. Now, a player I expected to go crazy this week for touchdowns and yards was Alvin Kamara. The Saints were playing against the Giants. Giants' run defense shut the Saints down. Alvin Kamara did not score. I think he went for like 40 yards. Bum ass motherfucker. I picked 80 yards, but he couldn't even get 50. Anyway, another player similar to Kamara I thought would have a field day, if you will, was Tony Pollard. And he actually did score a touchdown against the Jags. It got ruled out. So I was watching that game. I saw a touchdown. I was like, let's go. Checked me bet at the end of the day. Didn't come in because apparently it got ruled out. So there we go from 3-3 to 3-2. 3 out of 5. Quick maths. I picked Saquon to get a touchdown against the Panthers. He went for like 100 yards again, but didn't get a touchdown in that game. And last but not least, another scorer I actually got right was Jerry Jeudy. Now, he went crazy against the Broncos. I also picked last week the Browns to beat the Steelers, and I thought if the Browns are going to beat the Steelers, I need Jerry Jeudy to have a day. He scored, but the Browns still didn't win. So I picked 6. I got 4 right, 3 wrong, because I actually picked 7. That's not 6. Quick maths all around. And yeah, man, so that's pick 6, bro. It's just another excuse for me to put bets on, if I'm being for real with yous. But gamble responsibly. Let's get into week 15 picks. First game, we have the Friday morning, Thursday night game. Los Angeles Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. We have a resident 49ers fan in the house, Key. I'm going to let you take the floor first, give your thoughts on this game and who you're going to pick. You picked the Rams to beat the Bills last week, but they're playing your team now. The 49ers are 6-7. The Rams are 7-6. Wishy-washy seasons for both of these teams. Could go either way. Key, what you telling me on this?
I think, the Rams have a good team. Obviously, they have Stafford, Puka, all them guys. But I just think we're back on our upward spiral now. We're coming back into the playoff picture. I think we're gonna win. But I just have a random fact here. I heard it after the Rams game against the Bills when Puka got the LFG trophy and he was getting interviewed by Brady. Puka actually means fat in Samoan. That just amazed me. I don't know why, because he's obviously he must have been a little fat baby. But yeah, I'm predicting a fat W for the 49ers.
A Puka dub. I see the games he play. Didn't Tom Brady say he's got to thank all his Pukas, meaning the old linemen? Something like that. You got a lot of Pukas in the old line. Just cook the old line for no reason. So you're going with the Niners there? Q,
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this game, bro?
Both these teams are coming off really big wins, but one of them was against a Super Bowl caliber team, and the other was against I'd say probably a Big Ten college level team. So I think just based on that, I'm gonna have to go with the Rams on this one. I can see it going either way, but I'm gonna have to stick with Rams right now.
Yeah, honestly, I can't see it going either way. I'm going all in on the Rams. I think Puka Nacua might be top. This is a controversial statement. This season alone, I think he's top 2 wide receivers in the NFL. I think Jamar Chase is number 1. I think Puka might be number 2. I might have just made that up. I don't even know what his stats are this season because I've only watched him for 2 weeks. But every time I watch him, I'm like, this guy's him. Jay Jettis, where are you, bro? Jay Jettis, I thought you were supposed to be number 1. What's he doing? 7th for receptions in the league or something like that, bro? 7th? Fuck out of here.
He got 2 touchdowns this week, and when you're double and triple covered, that's going to happen.
It is, but I like to throw controversial statements out there. I think Puka Nacua, bro, is him for real. I think he's going to cook the 49ers. The Rams go 8-6. I don't know what the playoff picture's looking like. I don't know if they can still make it. I probably should have researched this before the picks, but playoffs don't even matter, bro. Give me the Rams. I think the 49ers are bums still. No CMC. They're not going to be able to establish the run game as well. I don't know if you did last week. I again made it the fuck up. But without CMC, bro, I think your team is washed. I know George Kittle's great and Brock Purdy can throw dots, but I don't know, bro. I feel like CMC is your X factor. And without him, I can't see he's doing great. Next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Cleveland Browns. I'm tempted to say something stupid here. I'm going to let you two go first, and then I might say something stupid to finish it off. Q, do you want to take this one?
Sure. Based on every single game that the Chiefs have played this year, it is really hard to keep picking them, but I'm sure we'll find some other fantastical bullshit to end this game that gives them the win. So I'm going with the Chiefs on this one.
Yeah, I agree with Q. Honestly, that even just last game, that off the stanchion and in on a kick. When does that ever happen? First of all, and of course it would happen for the Chiefs. Let's be honest. But yeah, I just don't think the Browns are good enough to beat them. If they can't beat Mr. Unlimited, they're not going to beat Patty Mahomes. I'm going with the Browns. Me too.
See, they did beat Mr. Unlimited in a snow game in Cleveland. And the stupid thing I want to say is, if it snows, give me the Cleveland Browns. If it's dry, though, if it's clear, if there's no snow, I'm picking the Chiefs. We'll have to wait and see on the day. But, bro, if it snows for this game, I'm taking the Browns. Give me the Browns. As long as the Lord has delivered Jameis from these pick sixes. But then again, the Kansas City Chiefs be praying to a different Lord. So I don't know who's going to come out on top here. But if it snows, give me the Browns. If it's clear, give me the Chiefs. That's my first terrible pick of the week. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. Bengals 5-8 coming off that shaky win against the Cowboys, against the Tennessee Titans, who just got beat by the worst team in the league, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking the Bengals. I don't have much to say. The defense is whack, but then the Titans' offense is whack. So give me the Bengals. I know the Titans have good defense, but Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, that combo right there is ridiculous. Key, who you got for this?
I picked the Bengals too. I don't know if you guys know, but last night Joe Burrow's house was burgled.
I did not know that.
So he's going to come out swinging, and he's going to throw a lot.
What, at the
He's
robber?
going to
Or...
try and earn some money back.
Oh, damn.
But you know, the Bengals are a good team, especially them stinky Cowboys last night. So, or the night before.
The Cowboys who should have beat them. If Cooper Rush wasn't sorry.
Bro, I've never seen a team block a punt and basically lose the game on the same play.
If Cooper Rush wasn't so sorry, let me stop roasting this guy, but bro, if that was, like, I'm convinced any other quarterback in the NFL right now, any other starting QB, would not have lost that game the way he did. Some of those drop passes, and I'm not just saying that because I had completions on the parlay. Let's stop talking about the Cowboys. We're talking about the Bengals. Q, who you picking for this? You picking the Bengals?
You know, as much as I want to make things different, and this would just be the funniest spot for the Titans to lose to the worst team and then beat the Bengals coming off a win. I think Bengals offense, no matter how garbage their defense is gonna get a win in this one. They say defense wins championships, but the best defense is a good offense. So I think Bengals keep their offense out there most of the day. Titans don't really get a chance. It's going to be a Bengals victory.
That's a resounding pick there for the Bengals. Next up is the Washington Commanders at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to back my guy. If you've been watching these picks for a few weeks now, you know JD5 is my boy, my rookie of the year. I'm picking JD5 and the Washington Commanders. I backed the Saints last week with an Alvin Kamara touchdown and 80 yards. Let me down. So it's up now for the Saints. They played some bum-ass team last week as well and only dropped like 14 points. Can't even remember who they played. But it doesn't even matter. Give me the Commanders. Q, who you taking?
I think I'm going to have to go Commanders on this one too. Saints barely beat the New York Giants, who are like one of the worst teams in the league. And I think Commanders are coming off a bye, and the last game they played before that was a 42-19 demolition of the Titans. So probably got some fresh legs, probably about to put up a similar score to that against the Saints.
So I really want to be different and say a different team. But the thing is, like, I want to make it interesting. But the thing is, didn't Derek Carr just die last game?
He broke his left hand, I believe.
There
Which
you
is
go,
not his
it's
throwing
over.
hand. Or I don't know if he's going to
Means
play or
he's
not.
That's what I mean. If he did play, he'd be more hesitant to throw in case he gets taken out. I can't see him playing, and I can't see them winning. I think the Commanders will beat them. And yeah, I want to be different, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we want to be different, there's some games that you've just got to pick the obvious choice for, and this next game is definitely one of them. It's my Lamar Jacksons, aka the Baltimore Ravens, as the New York Giants. Give me Ravens, bro. Coming off a bye week, you know, pushing for that wild card spot. The MalloryBros pick'em. Shout out to the MalloryBros as always. I'm picking these picks on the MalloryBros ESPN pick'em. Pick'em has it 99% Baltimore Ravens. The odds is minus 1,600 for the Ravens to win. That means if you put $1 million on it, you'd probably get $1 million and $1 back. Like, it's, yeah, give me the Ravens. I think this is a quick pick, or it should be, unless any spanners in the works.
I'm gonna pick the Ravens, but I have an interesting fact. I'm just full of facts today. I'm like
Go on.
Qusic. I didn't expect Q to be here, so I've got a whole. You know what I mean, did you know that gabagool is a different way of pronouncing capicola, which is a spicy Italian sandwich meat? There you go. The boy.
Where's the freaking gabagoo? Is that how you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's not even
that's
playing,
just
is
an
he?
interesting fact.
Is
No,
he back
that's
yet?
why I'm taking
What happened to him?
Ravens.
He played like one game and.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
taking the
I think
Ravens.
he got blown up by the Buccaneers and they shut him down. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go Ravens on this one. I actually have a fun fact too. Um, Lamar Jackson has only lost to 2 NFC teams in his entire career. One of those was either last week or a couple weeks ago against the Eagles, and the other one was against the Daniel Jones-led New York Giants. So if they can pull off another miracle, I mean, it's happened before, but I'm not seeing it this time, so I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, especially when Daniel Jones is playing like free safety now for the Vikings or something, bro. It's he's no longer there. So easy pick there for the boys. I think this next game is going to have a split though. The Dallas Cowboys travel to Carolina to play the Panthers. Who are you taking for this one, Key?
Oh, stinky game. Stinky game. I think Bryce Young's been looking good. I think without Dak, I think it's just like if I'm ranking QBs, Bryce is just miles better than Cooper Rush. So I think that the Panthers will win. And yeah, I think the Cowboys just stink, honestly.
Who are we taking, Q?
I mean, not to pile on, but that was kind of my thinking too. Especially Bryce Young taking the Eagles all the way down to the wire. I don't know if that was more Panthers looking really good or if that was Eagles being like, hey, we're second best team in the NFC and it's the Panthers. Let's kind of ease up on the gas a little bit. But if he can take the Eagles down to the wire, regardless of like how focused they are on the game, I think he's got a good chance to beat this Cowboys team. So I'm also rocking with the Panthers this time.
Well, as the Cowboys fan, I'm going to take the stage and I'm picking the Cowboys. And let me tell you why. Both of you guys said you're picking the Panthers because they nearly beat the Eagles last week. Something I've learned, especially from all these parlays we've been putting on every week. It's any given Sunday. It doesn't matter what you did last week. Last week, I thought the Titans looked great. I picked the Titans. They got beat by the sorry-ass Jags. Last week, the Panthers looked great against the Eagles. This week, they're playing the Cowboys, who should have just beat the Bengals. They didn't. Cooper Rush is sorry. I think Cooper Rush got shook because he threw an interception quite early on. And after that, he just didn't look like comfortable throwing the ball. I think that's what messed him up. But in recent weeks, the Cowboys have finally established a run game. Rico Dowdle's went over 100 yards in the last 2 games for the Cowboys. Just before that, playing the Commanders as well, I think he had like 80 yards. Finding a way to run the ball. Panthers have the worst rush defense in the league. Coupled with the Cowboys defense, which I know Bryce Young has been balling out, but that Cowboys defense ain't nothing to play with. Give me the Cowboys, and we'll be back here next week. These two down below will be paying their respects to me, bro. The Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game. I'm telling you right now, there's the reasons. We're winning this game. Next game, oh my days. If you thought the Titans Jags last week was going to be a sorry-ass game, next up we have the New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Jets. I said I was never picking the Jets again, but Aaron Rodgers has to beat the Jags. If not, he's a fraud for life. I don't care what he did in Green Bay, Q. I'm sorry, I know that's probably your GOAT, being a Green Bay fan. If he doesn't beat the Jags next week, I don't know what to say. That game right there is terrible. Terrible. Who you picking, no Q? I know it's your guy at QB for the Jets now.
Yeah, I'm going Jets as well. I see the vision already. It's gonna be like it's gonna be similar to the Jets Seahawks game where Jets jump out like 21-0, 21-7. Jags claw their way all the way back, and then Jets probably make one last march down the field, win off a field goal. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this.
Do we know if A-Rod's going to be playing by any chance?
I'd
I
assume
know
so, yeah.
they keep hinting that he's going to be on. I know they keep hinting they're going to bench him.
We've been asking this every week.
Yeah,
It comes out every week.
let's just assume he does play.
Assuming he does, the Jets should be an easy win. Let's be honest. I don't think it's going to be a close one. No, I think the Jets are going to smash them. I think Devontae is going to get us like 500 targets a game because that seems to be the only player that Aaron Rodgers goes to. But yeah, I think the Jets should win it. I think it'll be a high scorer. I don't know why. Sources trust me, bro. But
So yeah, let's move on to the next game. This is probably the hardest pick of the week for me so far, anyway. Miami Dolphins at the Houston Texans. Texans coming off a bye week, I believe. I don't think CJ Stroud and them. I was going to call him a bum then because he blew the parlay the other week. Chat, I have a problem. Miami Dolphins at the Houston Texans. I don't know who to pick yet, so I'm going to throw it to Qusic. Who you telling me is going to win this one, Q?
Throw me under the bus, man. I think I'm thinking about the Dolphins Packers game on Thanksgiving, and Josh Jacobs may have not got it going like rushing, but he had like a 50-yard reception through the air on top of multiple other shorter ones. So I think that's going to be the key for the Texans is to get Joe Mixon going just like that. And if they can do it, they got healthy Nico Collins back. He's been back for a couple weeks, but I think we forgot to mention that. But I think if they get Joe Mixon going, it's going to be a close but a good win for the Texans.
yeah, I couldn't agree more. I was going to say the same. If they get Joe Mixon going, I think the Texans' offensive weapons are just better all round than what the Dolphins have. I just think, yeah, I think the Texans are a good team. I know we've said it before. They're not like amazing, but they're not bad. But they're also not average. They're like somewhere in between. But I just think the Dolphins stink. I really do. I really should have told that guy with his beanie that they stunk, but yeah.
So this is a tough one for me because I like the Dolphins. I like Tua, especially since he came back from injury. He's been throwing, I think he's gone over 300 yards in every game since he came back, maybe. Might have made that up, but it's something big. He's got at least 225 in every game.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Texans coming in off a bye week, though. Like you said there, I think if the Texans can get the run game going with Joe Mixon, but saying that, though, the Dolphins have the 7th best run defense in the league. As for the Dolphins, the way they're going to win this game is by throwing the ball with Tua, and the Texans have the 7th best pass defense in the league. So it really could go either way this game. I am low-key leaning towards the Texans just because they've came off that bye week, a bit of extra rest, and they are, of course, still in the playoff push. I'm just saying that because they've got a positive record. I don't actually know what the playoffs looks like. But I want to pick the Dolphins. I really do. I really want to pick them. Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. Let me go different. I might regret it. I think I've just gave all the logic that I've just spoke there. It aims towards the Texans winning this game. But I'm picking the Dolphins simply because Tua cashes me out every single week when I put over 225 yards. Watch this be the one week that he doesn't, though. Joe Mixon anytime touchdown. Next game, we have Indianapolis Colts at the Denver Broncos. I don't like the Colts. I do, actually. Anthony Richardson, I like him. Don't think he's good enough to beat this Broncos defense, though. And Bo Nix is cooking. Give me the Broncos all day at home. Give me the Broncos, bro. Key, who you taking?
Surely it's a unanimous decision. I think the Broncos are just way better. I think the Colts, I think the Colts stink. I really do. But yeah, I think the Broncos win it.
Yeah, I mean, I really want us all to be different here, but I'm not seeing a Colts victory unless he keeps spinning the wheel and landing on Lamar Jackson every single play. um, I think I'm gonna have to take the Broncos. Broncos defense looked great, especially against Mr. Save Me from Pick Sixes himself. So might see a couple more in this game, but I'm gonna have to take the Broncos on this one, especially at home.
So that was the first of the late kickoffs. Second of the late kickoffs is the Detroit Lions at home to the Buffalo Bills. What a game this is going to be. I love Josh Allen, but I am going to pick the Lions. I just think the Lions with the two running backs, Jared Goff going crazy, St. Brown out there too. They have too many options to score. And like Q said before, the best defense is a good offense, or the first defense is a good offense. If they can just outscore, I think this game is going to be like 60-60, bro. Like this game, I can see Josh Allen throwing for 4 touchdowns, rushing for 2, and then David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs go for like 6 touchdowns each. This game, bro, I'm underestimating defense here, but maybe it is going to be a battle of defense. Normally, when two big teams play each other like this, I say to myself, oh, this is going to be high scoring. And then the defense come out on top every time I say that. But this is a tough one. MalloryBros Pick'em has it 68% Lions, 32% Bills. I thought the Bills might have been more picked here, but I am going to pick the Detroit Lions. 12-1 this season they are. Did W do for a loss? I low-key want to pick the Bills and Josh Allen. Josh Allen's my guy. Let me pick Josh Allen and the Bills. I've just had a complete epiphany while recording. Let me pick. Lions are at home. I'm picking the Lions. Key, who you got for this one?
I think Buffalo are good. Oh, I think Buffalo are great, obviously. I think Josh Allen's going to go for like 3 touchdowns. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I just think the Lions have too much heart. I think, like, from the ground up, the Detroit organization is just, it's been great. It's been very good. And I think the past couple of years they've been on an upward spiral. And I think this year, personally, it might be shocking to say, I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
I don't think that's shocking to say.
My personal opinion. Well, from a
I thought you meant in general. I was going to say a 12-1 team with one of the best scoring offenses in NFL history. Made that stat the fuck up, by the way.
If CMC's not back, the Lions go to the Super Bowl.
But if CMC comes back, you guys go to the Super Bowl.
I guess we'll never know.
Okay. Yeah, we never will. Because he's not going to play again this season. But Q, who you taking, bro? What's your thoughts on this one?
I think they shut him down for good. I think Josh Allen is gonna have a big fire lit under his ass after 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 0 wins last week. And again, preying on the downfall of my divisional rivals here, but Lions last couple games they won and they played well, but it was 23-20 versus the Bears. 34-31 versus the Packers. I feel like if there's a spot to lose the rest of the year, it's going to be here where they're quote unquote sliding. I want to say barely winning these games. Like they've played great, but coaching malpractice and a coin flip on who gets the last drive in the game has helped them win these past 2. And I think Josh Allen is going to get that bad taste out of his mouth. So I'm going to pick the Bills to upset the Lions here.
Upset alert. And I like it. And I'm actually leaning towards the Bills again now. I think I might change. I just can't see the Lions going 13-1. I think the W due for a loss. Let me pick the Bills. Q, I'm going with you, bro. Let me pick the Bills. The reason I say that, right? When I watched the Bills last week, their defense was shocking. Like, shocking, bro. And Josh Allen's got to just carry that team on his back. But I love Josh Allen. So let me, like he did last week by saying, I love Kirk Cousins, but I'm picking against him. I'm saying I love Josh Allen and I'm picking with him. Let's go kill those Lions. legally. I don't think it's legal to kill lions. I don't know. Is there laws on that? I've never seen a lion, so I wouldn't know. But let's move on to the next game anyway, because we could stay there all day of me saying, ooh, who am I going to pick? Next one, though, I've got an easy pick for this one. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me Philly, bro. The Steelers could very easily go out there and win because they've been doing some crazy stuff this season. But if I had to put money on Russell Wilson or Saquon Barkley, I'm picking Saquon. Who you taking for this, Qusic? We'll go to you first, bro.
Either way, I think this is going to be probably going to be a great defensive battle. These two cities are in the same state, and they absolutely hate each other. So these guys only play once every 4 years, and once every 4 years we get a hell of a game. I think I am more confident in this Eagles team, even if they slid a little bit against the Panthers. Steelers got their revenge on the Browns, but it's the Browns. They both came off of not super impressive wins against these teams, but I'm going with the Eagles regardless.
After the Jalen Hurts hate, I'm still going to take the Eagles. Saquon, too good. Do we actually think he's going to get 2,000 yards, gents?
What's he on at the minute?
What's it? Yeah.
I think like 15 something, 16 something.
Hmm.
With what, 4 games left, is it? Something along those lines.
I'd have to look at the Eagles' schedule.
He's at 16-23, and from what I heard, the Eagles have like the easiest schedule left in the league.
So the Eagles have left the Steelers, Commanders, Cowboys, and Giants. He could do it.
Easy. Yeah,
And
he's
that's
projected to.
all at home, and the Commanders game is away, but that's only like 2-3 hour bus ride away. So they don't need to do any heavy traveling the rest of the year
Yeah.
either.
It's whether the sit him for like the Giants game though at the end, because they might have already secured, postseason, don't want to risk him or something. I don't know. But yeah, so we've all picked the Eagles there. I think that'll be a good game to watch. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one. There's a game next up that I will definitely not be keeping any sort of tabs on. It's the New England Patriots at the Arizona Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals, but don't let me watch this game. Don't show me any highlights from it. Don't even tell me the score, because I do not care about this game. Patriots, your season's done. Get out of here. Cardinals, you're just not that good. Mid-team, 6-7 on the season. MalloryBros pick them as at 95%. Cardinals, what is it in this call? Is it 100%, or does anyone want to pick the Patriots and upset the Cardinals?
I mean, the Cardinals have definitely been playing. I feel playing down to competition, considering how good they started the year. I picked these bastards 3 weeks in a row. They let me down 3 weeks in a row. They lose to the Patriots, man. I think their season's over, honestly.
I think each week that I've picked them too, or like I've picked against them, they've won or lost. I think I picked the Niners, they beat the Niners. And then I picked them the 2 weeks later, they lost to the others. Yeah, I'm still going to pick them, but I'm so close to doing Scott. Like when you step in a hot bath and you're like in and out and in and out. I'm so close to actually picking the Patriots. But I like this double-digit lead, this double-digit 11-2 that I went last week. Or this week, sorry. So, you know what? I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna stay with the Cardinals. I'm gonna let them redeem themselves.
Keep your money safe. I like it. Next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, the biggest thing I've just seen is that Justin Herbert is questionable for this game. I don't know what happened to him, but apparently he's questionable. Herbert said following Sunday's loss to the Chiefs, he doesn't expect the leg contusion he sustained in the second quarter to affect him going forward. I guess he's going to be fine then. So, with no injuries on either team, significant ones anyway, made that the fuck up. Isn't the Bucs receiver out? I need to just stop lying, bro.
Godwin.
Yeah, I need to just stop
Also-
lying. Go on.
If only there was some way to like fact check this.
I'd be freestyling this. I'm trying to produce a show with no notes in front of me. You know what I mean? So that's why I just make stuff up for the sake of saying things.
Last week, The Chargers played the
Chiefs.
Chiefs, wasn't it? And
Yep.
Lad McConkey, Hughes guy, didn't play. So I don't know if he's still injured. I don't know what it was that had him on the injury report, like to start. But I think without Lad, I think questionable Justin Herbert. So I'm going first, guys. I'm picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I like it. Q.
Yeah. I really want to be making some different picks here, but that's exactly my line of thinking too. Like, you got two of the best guys on offense for the Chargers questionable, and their best receiver is Quentin Johnston, and that man is as hot or as cold as it gets. Like, he's either making some big catch down the sideline or he's dropping the most wide open pass you've ever seen. And especially if it's a pass coming from somebody other than Justin Herbert, I don't know if he's going to get anything going. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Buccaneers as well.
You see, I did have on the pick'em the Chargers selected, but the fact that Lad McConkey is questionable and there's no update in the injury report from the 10th of December, which was yesterday, I am thinking about changing the pick to the Buccaneers. I really like Baker Mayfield. I really like Bucky Irvin. He let me down last week for yards. I don't even think he really played last week, Bucky Irvin. I think he got like 2 carries for like 3 yards. Let me just double check that. Injury
Yeah,
update on
they got-
Bucky Irvin. Go on.
I was going to say they got him questionable for this game.
Bucky.
Yep.
Yeah, 4 attempts for 3 yards last week, which against the Raiders, which was very disappointing to see. I am going to go upset alert. Give me well, it's not even upset alert. These are actually favorites to win. Give me the Chargers at home. I don't know why. I just have a feeling the Chargers win this game. I feel like this is one of the games I put the Buccaneers on a parlay and the Chargers win. So today I'm picking the Chargers. I'm trying to beat fate. Give me the Chargers, but I am definitely not putting this game on the parlay. This could go either way, and I wouldn't be mad if it did. But let's spice it up a bit. I'm going with the Chargers. MalloryBros Pick'em has its 70% Chargers, which I thought this was going to be an upset. But I guess people rate the Chargers. They're 8-5 on the season. Bucks are 7-6. Have a chance to equal their records. Give me the Chargers though. Although I can see the Bucks winning this quite comfortably. Next game, we move into the Monday morning, Sunday night games. Green Bay Packers, our boy Q, against the Seattle Seahawks. Q. This is a big game. The Packers and the Seahawks have a lot of history. We'll let you take the stage. Give us your pick.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of bad history. I'm hoping coming off this loss against the Lions, all of our losses this year have been to the Lions, Vikings, and Eagles, which you can make the argument that they are the three best teams in the NFC right now. The Seahawks team has also been cruising lately, which has me worried, especially like we mentioned a little bit the history between these two teams. I need Geno Smith to recreate that 5 interception performance from Russell Wilson, like one of the last couple times the Seahawks played the Packers. Other than that, I think it's going to be close, but I got to rep my team.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Green Bay. Apart from them whooping our asses a couple of weeks ago, I really like them. I think they're a good team. I think it's about time they were a better team anyway since Rodgers left. Yeah, I'm gonna take Green Bay too. Sounds good to me.
I think that's going to be 3 votes of Green Bay. I like what they be doing over there. High-powered offense. The defense looks solid. I still think Seattle can put up points, put up yards especially. I think Geno Smith is always good for yards, but in terms of game management, running the clock down, getting those scores, I know against the Lions it didn't work out that way because you didn't have the last play, but still, I feel like the Packers, bro, yeah, with a bit of a different look this season, your record could be crazy. You could have had double-digit wins already and be looking like one of the best teams out there. Give me the Packers, though. Speaking of double-digit wins, we have the Minnesota Vikings playing against the Chicago Bears. I'll go first. Since I am wearing this Chicago shirt right now, I'm not picking the Bears. You thought I was going to pick the Bears just because I'm wearing a top that says Chicago? Give me the Vikings. Last week, I said Sam Darnold was not good. He dropped 5 touchdowns on my head after saying that. So I think he has a personal vendetta. I think Sam Darnold might watch the show. Shout out to you, Sam Darnold. You showed elite quarterbackism. It's not even a word, but I'm making it up now. It is now. Give me the Vikings to beat the Bears. Didn't they play like 2 weeks ago? Am I tripping? Didn't they play recent? I feel like the Vikings nearly got beat by the Bears. Recent.
They played in week 12. That was 30-27 Vikings. So, yeah,
There we
it was a
go.
close
It
game.
was a blocked field goal, wasn't it, as well? It was a blocked field goal. So this could be a big game, but after picking Caleb Williams last week for yards and he let me down, I'm going with the Vikings. Yeah. Aaron Jones, his fumbling ass has stopped fumbling. Anytime touchdown on him. Give me that. Who you got, Key?
You know, ever since Scottie Pippen started tweeting all these AI pictures of him and Michael Jordan versus Hulk and Thor in a 2v2 and all this stupid, blasphemous bull, I just can't get behind any Chicago team, which is sad. But I hate them. I'm taking the Vikings, guys. I'm taking the Vikings.
Scottie Pippen been playing Marvel Rivals. Him and MJ probably teaming up as Hulk and Thor, bro, in Marvel Rivals.
Have you seen those tweets though? And it's like Pippen and MJ versus Trump and fucking Elon Musk. Oh man, I hate it. You know.
Yeah, I feel like Scottie Pippen has a big lawsuit coming against him, and he needs some backing and some powerful people, and he needs some money. I don't know why he's like doing tricks on it for Elon Musk on Twitter. That's my only thought, is that he needs the support of somebody with a lot of money. So there we go. Q, who you taking for this?
As much as I need the Vikings to lose, I don't see him losing against this Bears team, especially with the Bears' performance last week. That was just pathetic. I was trying to look at how the NFL schedule's made, because from what I'm aware, the schedule's based on how you finish in your division. You play those teams at the same level in your conference the next year. So look, Packers are what, 9-4 right now. They've been doing really good this year. I lost the tab, son of a bitch. God damn it. Just opening up a bunch of shit and losing everything. So yeah, the Packers are 9-4 right now, 3rd place in their division. They'd be first in about half of the other ones here. But if all these top teams in the NFC North keep winning, and you have Green Bay finishing in 3rd, they can still make the playoffs, and then based on this, they'd have to be playing the Cowboys, Saints, and Cardinals next year, and I think that's a pretty favorable schedule for them. So yeah, as much as I want the Vikings to lose, if they keep winning and we get 3rd place in the division, I'm happy with the schedule we got next year.
Random pick there. Next up, I feel like this is going to be another random pick. It's the last game of the week. It's the Atlanta Falcons traveling to play the Las Vegas Raiders. We lost the boy Key. We'll give him a minute to get back. It's moved the cameras now. Now that he's turned his camera off, Q, you're over there. And Key's down there.
Wonderful. Just throwing everything off.
I know,
Where's the
yeah.
integrity?
It's the last game, Key. Come on, bro.
He better be coming back with that bearded dragon. That's all I got.
Oh, I know what he's doing. This unprepared guy. Turned his camera off while I was doing the intro.
Guys, I was,
Yeah, this unprepared guy interrupted the whole show while I was doing the intro for the game. I'm leaving that in just to show how unprofessional you are. Next
I
game,
didn't move.
Atlanta Falcons at the Las Vegas Raiders. This guy went to take off his 49ers jersey to put on his Falcons jersey. Key, who you picking for this week? Enlighten us.
I don't know what this guy's on about. I was born in this jersey. I wasn't actually. I don't know what I was born in. But
Probably nothing, I would imagine.
Bro
Guess
came
we'll
out in
never
a tailored suit.
came out in a Kirk Cousins Falcons jersey. You know, I think we all knew this was coming. Every week, it's the same. I'm taking the Falcons. Kirk Cousins.
Hold up. Bring that back. Personal foul.
Last week.
Personal foul. Unnecessary lying. Who did you pick last week?
I've been calculating this in my mind. I'm gonna pick the Vikings because if the Vikings win, then next week I have the Kirko jersey. I'll be happy. You know what I mean? He's still my guy. But,
So you were gonna wear his jersey today and pick against him?
yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what? Next week I'm gonna wear it for the next pick. I'm gonna come on here cheesing because the Falcons have beat the Vikings.
So are you picking the Falcons then or the Vikings?
I'm picking the Vikings, but I'm gonna have a cheese and smile. Sorry, I think I'm having technical difficulties, guys. I'm taking the Falcons.
Oh, that's a flag on the play right there. Q, who are you taking for this?
This Raiders team has just been hot garbage, dude. And Aiden O'Connell wasn't super great to start, but now they're down to Desmond Ridder. I can't believe that Packers last year lost to these fucking bums, but it happened. I don't think it's going to happen to the Falcons, though. I think Kirk Cousins, I swear to God, dude, throw a touchdown. Like, he has been dog water these past couple weeks, but so have the Raiders this whole season. So I think I'm going to have to go Falcons on this one.
Yeah, same here. I'm picking the Falcons. I'm picking my boy Bijan Robinson. Really like that guy. This season, he's had 977 yards. So definitely take him for at least over 30 next week. He's going to break 1,000 yards in the season. He's got 8 touchdowns. He might even go for 2 touchdowns, make it 10, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns in the season. Who knows? I like Bijan Robinson more than I like Kirk Cousins, though. And this Raiders team is straight dumpster juice. So give me the Falcons. And that is going to wrap up week 15 of the NFL picks. Anything to add on these games, boys, before we move on to our MVP thoughts?
Shout out Dolphins Jets for giving us scoregami. That's all I got to say.
That's a big one. I'm glad you were here for this week, Q, so you could point that out. I completely forgot about that. Scoregami's so weird. You'd think after all these years, those scores would have been hit, you know?
Yeah,
Or
it's just part of the fun being like, that's really never happened before? Like,
'cause
32-26 has never happened before?
that's what I'm saying. It wasn't
Out of
even
all
that
these
weird.
games?
It wasn't even that weird of a score. 32-26 isn't that strange. You know what I mean? It's not like it was 12 to something. It's like 12
That's what-
points is a bit. In fact, 12 points
the
isn't even that
Lions
bad because field goals. Oh, sorry, go on.
The Lions win like 41-3. Never
yeah.
before score.
Lions got scoregami week 11, so we missed it by 1 week. 52-6 versus the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, that is a weird.
52 points.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is crazy. Did I pick the Bills or the Lions?
You
Bro,
picked the
you've been-
Bills.
I picked the
You've
Bills.
been all over.
I think you a hot potato.
Yeah, you picked a game based on the weather.
It's facts though, bro. If it snows, the Browns are winning that game. I'm telling you.
The Chiefs are susceptible to a snow loss, apparently.
I just think Jameis is susceptible to a snow win.
I think there's no way, dude.
I'm picking the Bills though over the Lions. Yeah, so before we round off today's episode of the show, I want to just go around the boys real quick, get a little MVP thoughts. Just a top 3. You know, we don't have to stay on it for too long. Just a top 3. We'll talk about it way more in depth once the season's over, before it gets announced who it is, and we can give our breakdown there. But Key, who's your top 3 for MVP candidates right now? In order, by the way. Give me 3 first.
3,
Yeah.
1. CMC. No, listen. I think number 3, Lamar Jackson. Number 2, I'm gonna go Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's been unbelievable. I think Lamar has been unbelievable, but I think Josh Allen's just been edging, and I don't mean anything by
He's
that.
been what?
He's been honest day. Sorry. So yeah, and then number 1, my favourite, Kirk Cousins, Saquon. Saquon's favourite to win, in my opinion.
Surprised Kirk Cousins wasn't in there.
Not my real one. So CMC, Kirk Cousins, George Kittle. No,
Cut out the first one. Just put that in there.
Just
think
a
for mine-
choppy edit, and it's like number 1, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Nobody will know. I think my MVP ladder right now, as much as I want a non-quarterback to win, I don't know if that's going to be happening this year. Saquon's set a good pace, but I think he need to be record-breaking to get the MVP. And like I said, he's had a good pace. I don't know if he's on record-setting pace yet. But either way, I think I'd have him in my 3 spot. And then just like you said, Crab, with the quarterbacks, I think Jackson has had some really good games. He's had some not great games, but I think he'd be my number 2. And then Josh Allen, number 1. He's getting a bunch of MVP performances and winning the games. I know wins shouldn't be counted as a QB stat, but everybody says they are. If we weren't counting those, I think Joe Burrow has a legit shot. He's been playing exceptional, but his defense has just been letting him down. But yeah, I got to go Saquon, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, number 1.
Yeah, that's the thing with MVP. It's an individual award, but then there's so much weight still on the team performance. So a lot of people were saying once the Ravens picked up their 5th loss of the season, people were saying that's knocked Lamar out of MVP contention because they've got 5 losses, and an MVP can't have 5 losses. But then, like you say with Joe Burrow, it's like, or are they 5-8, 8 losses, and you win MVP? Can you really do that? I know it's an individual award, and he's been putting up numbers, but like, bro, MVP is most valuable player. You take that player out the team struggles. A team that's 5-8, if you take out their good quarterback, what do they go to? 2-10. Like, you know what I mean? They could still probably get a few wins here and there. So, but then compared to like a team like the Eagles, say for example, who were what's the Eagles' record? 11-2. You take out those Saquon yards and touchdowns, bro. They might be like 8-8. You know, and just a completely different record and flip the script. I don't actually think they would be 8-8, by the way, but still. So for my top 3, for those reasons, similar to what you said, I'm going to put my boy Lamar at number 3. I love Lamar Jackson. I think if the Ravens win out till the end of the season, Lamar could easily move himself up there because he is the most valuable player on that Ravens team. As much as, like you said, it would be nice to see a player outside of the QB position win this award, the quarterback at the end of the day is normally the most valuable player. The most important player in a team is the QB. Everything goes through them. The play calls, the vision, you know, keeping the ball, bro, whether you run the ball or pass the ball, throwing interceptions. The QB is just integral to an offense, you know. So I'm putting Lamar at number 3. Number 2, Saquon Barkley. Saquon's had an incredible season, but again, for those reasons, I don't think he'll edge it. And my top guy who's edged everyone is going to be Josh Allen. Give me Josh Allen at number 1 for MVP. We'll discuss it way more at the end of the season. Like I say, bro, that could easily flip. If the Ravens win out, I might put Lamar to number 1. But Josh Allen is just, what a player. Don't be surprised if you see me in a Josh Allen jersey in a few weeks. I need a few parlays to hit first, though, for that to happen. So, that is going to bring an end to week 15 of the NFL picks. And yeah, man, we'll see you back next week for week 16 picks. A little recap of 15. The game weeks are coming quick and fast now with week 16, week 17, and then even week 18, like only a few days between them. So the Christmas Day games messes things up a little bit as well. I don't know when we'll record and upload those picks for the Christmas Day games. It might have to be the video goes up after Christmas, but then we put the picks in the video still. We'll have to wait and see. And we'll see is there. Anything to sign off with, boys, before we go? Anything to say?
Ashton Genty for Heisman. That's all I got.
I don't watch college ball, but I agree. Anyway, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, man, let's sign off. Like, comment, share, subscribe, you know the vibes. We'll catch us next time, people. Take it easy. Oh, man.
Man, that was
I was
great.
gonna
You know.
say I appreciate the flu game performance. I was, dude. I pulled an all-nighter, and my allergies are kicking my ass, and I am just completely out of it right now. Hopefully, anything I said during the episode will make sense. I'm gonna watch it back later and be like, "Who's this fucking guy? He's not speaking English right now."
Yeah, we might have to title this one the flu game. I'm sick. Q's had no sleep, and he's got
Got a
allergies. And then this guy can't decide what team to support.
I'm just here for the vibes. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm cooking them, but in the intro, it comes up right here saying Cowboys and Ravens fan. Saying about this, and I'm wearing a Chicago top. It's not Chicago Bears, bear in mind. But yeah. Anyway,